Close your eyes for a moment and breathe like you mean it. Let the breath slow down until it feels like the tide. Steady, soft, certain. There is a small, steady sound in your chest. A hum you've learned to call your sixth sense. It arrives as a warmth, a repeated name, a sudden knowing. It nudges your life in ways that sometimes make no sense to the world, but make perfect sense to the quiet places inside you. That whisper is not empty. It is not fantasy. It is a kind of truth dressed in gentle light, and the angels who watch over you listen when it speaks. I am going to tell you a story the angels have asked me to tell. Not as a prophecy that fixes everything into neat boxes, but as a map made of soft paper, folded and refolded, handed to you with a finger, marking a place. This is about the moment your sixth sense points to a person and tells you, without drama, that they are the one you might love deeply. It is also about what comes after that knowing. The tests, the waiting, the choices, the small defeats, and brave acts that actually build a life. The angels are in this story like breath. They are not loud. They are not bossy. They are patient and kind, and they love to teach by example. When your sixth sense speaks, it often feels like a private light. You might see a face at odd times, in a crowd, in a dream, in a melody you can't shake. You might feel a pull towards someone who is ordinary in 1,000 ways, yet somehow feels like home. At first, your mind may argue. The mind loves reasons. It will line up practicalities and point out all the ways love could fail. The angels say, allow the mind to speak, then hold your knowing gently. Your sixth sense is not lunacy. It is a compass tuned by small truths you have learned over years. A laugh that matches the pulse of your own laugh. A kindness that sits under a joke. A look that lingers like sunlight. The angels notice these things. They notice how your face softens around certain names, and how your chest tightens for reasons you can't always explain. You will be tempted to hush that voice. You will tell yourself to be sensible. You will hold your feeling like something fragile and keep it to yourself. I want you to hear this. The angels understand why you hide. They have watched you guard your heart against storms before, and they know the careful logic you use to protect yourself. Yet, they also know this. Hiding can become a habit that starves the life you were meant to live. When your sixth sense makes a gentle sound, at least stand facing it. Turn your whole body toward what you feel. The angels will stand with you while you learn to do that. Love is not always immediate fireworks. Most of the best loves in the world grow slow and stubborn. They begin in small acts, repeated many times. A message sent when the other is tired. The offering of soup. A hand given in a dark doorway. The angels like slow stories because slow gives room for truth to show itself. If your sixth sense points to someone, don't demand that they be perfect. Ask instead whether they are willing to try, whether they hold respect for your edges, whether they laugh with their whole face. The angels remind you that richness in a relationship comes from two people deciding again and again that the other is worth the work of being known. And yes, there will be tests. This is the part the angels never sugarcoat. Life will press on you in ways you didn't plan. Timing may be off. Maybe one of you is finishing school, moving cities, carrying past wounds that bleed at odd hours. Maybe family pressure will speak loud and clear, or work will steal away the free time you need to hold each other. There are practical walls, distance, duty, fear, that can make a true connection feel impossible. Angels do not promise those walls will vanish. Instead, they teach you which walls can be climbed and which deserve patience and weathering. They teach you to ask honest questions early, to say what you need without armor, to hold the person's truth and your own. You will be asked to risk. The angels do not clap when you fall. They teach you how to get back up. There will be moments when your sixth sense shouts and your past whispers all the reasons not to act. In those fragile moments, call the angels like you would call a friend. Say aloud, if you need to, "Help me to be brave." The angels will not write the perfect words for you, but they will steady your hands and give you the courage to speak. It is courageous to say, "I like you," and to stand by it. It is courageous to say, "I need time," or "I cannot do this," when your soul is pleading for a border. Courage, as the angels show, is not always bright and bold. Sometimes it is small and steady, like returning a call, like showing up on a rain-soaked day, like asking the hard questions about what you both want. Understand that your sixth sense is not the whole map. It is the compass needle. It points you toward a true north that only you can follow. The angels want you to use it, but also to bring your eyes, your hands, your words, and your willingness to change. There will be days when the compass wavers, when fear makes the needle spin, and your heart cannot read it. On those days, practice small rituals that bring you back to center. The angels love simple rituals. Light a small candle and say the truth you feel. Write a sentence and put it in your pocket. Walk a path that helps your chest feel less heavy. These are not magic cures. They are ways to build a life in which your sixth sense is heard and your choices are made with clearer vision. Expect heartbreak along the way. The angels are honest about this because they stand beside you in the nights when you need to gather yourself. Love can cut and knit in strange turns. There may be betrayals or choices that do not include you. The person you believe to be your love may choose a different life, and that decision will hurt. The angels do not take away the pain. They teach you how to hold it. They show you that pain can be a teacher. It shows you where your edges are, what you will never accept again, and what you want to build differently next time. The angels will not tell you to be stoic. They will tell you to cry when you need to tell the truth about your hurt, to put one foot in front of the other when you can, and to let people help carry the heavier loads. When your sixth sense is right, you will also learn the art of loving without losing yourself. This is a lesson angels insist on. Many people fall into love like it is the only warm place left, and forget they are whole people apart from any other. The angels remind you, two whole people make a different bed than two halves pretending to be complete. Keep your work, your friends, your small daily pleasures. Tend the parts of you that are not about someone else. When you bring a full life into a relationship, your love has room to breathe and grow. The angels teach that love grows best when two people can stand tall alone and still choose each other. There will be a season of waiting. Waiting is not always a sign that something is wrong. Sometimes it is the necessary pause between who you are and who you will become together. Use the waiting. Learn the parts of you that are quiet and true. Learn how you make sense of hard days. Learn what lights you up when nothing else does. The angels watch while you prepare. They love to see you become a person worthy of the deepest, truest love, not by perfection, but by steady, loving practice. Waiting can feel like a long winter, but the angels are patient gardeners. They know how roots thicken in silent months. You will also face choices that ask more of you than simple devotion. You will be asked to speak clearly about limits. You will be asked to forgive when someone flinches and to insist when something matters. The angels teach you that boundaries are not betrayals. They are acts of respect for yourself and for the other. Say what you need. Ask for what supports your soul. The angels will stand near, reminding you that healthy love has rules and that being kind includes being honest. When your sixth sense is right, you will find rhythms that make your heart calm. Pay attention to small signals, the ease in the way they answer your questions, the way their eyes meet yours when you speak about something tender, the way they remember details you mentioned once and cared enough about to keep. These are not dramatic signs, but they are real. The angels point to them like breadcrumbs, because breadcrumbs lead home. Keep these small comforts in your mind when doubt storms your shore. When you are unsure, make a list of those quiet facts. Read it aloud. The angels love lists made with love. They will help show you whether your compass was guiding you true. There will be times you must act and times you must let go. If the person loves you back, but life keeps rearranging the map, consider how much work you both can do without losing yourselves. If the person does not love you as deeply or chooses another path, allow yourself to grieve fully. The angels will not tell you to rush out of pain or to pretend you are fine. They will say, sit with this. Let it teach you. Keep your dignity. You are allowed to be tender and fierce at once. The angels admire that mixture. It is powerful and very human. Forgiveness will be a constant lesson. You will make mistakes. So will they. The angels watch not to judge, but to offer wisdom. Forgiveness is not erasing what happened. It is choosing whether to hold someone's hand again and what the cost will be. Forgiveness looks different depending on the hurt. Sometimes forgiveness is staying and rebuilding trust with clear steps. Sometimes forgiveness is freeing yourself to be held by someone else or to stand alone. The angels do not make these choices for you, but they will stand by your shoulder and remind you to be honest about what you can bear. Love will teach you humility. The angels, in their gentle way, remind you that loving someone often means seeing yourself more clearly. You will notice patterns you hadn't seen before. Maybe you hold your feelings like a shield. Maybe you hide anger until it blows up unexpectedly. Love will reveal these things, not to shame you, but to give you tools to build better days. When these parts of you come into view, be brave enough to work on them. The angels will help you find the right person, maybe a therapist, a friend, a practice, to help you grow. Growth is not a failure. It is proof that love is working on you. There are moments of pure, small magic. The angels love to witness the tiny miracles that stitch long stories together. The first honest apology, the laugh that arrives at the right second, the dinner cooked in silence that tastes like being known. These moments will fill your chest with a warmth that does not demand fireworks. It is steady heat, like sitting near a fireplace with someone who knows the long parts of you. When these moments come, notice them, mark them. The angels want you to be fully present. Presence is a radical act. It says, I will be here for the small things as well as the big ones. I want to tell you about a person I met through their words. Someone who carried their sixth sense for years like a secret lantern. They kept their quiet knowing of another like a small bird in a pocket. Sometimes the bird sang, and sometimes it clung to feathers. Years passed. The person did not shout their feeling. They prepared. They learned to sit through fear, to speak when it mattered, to say goodbye to safety when growth demanded it. When they finally met the person with full honesty, the world did not rearrange itself in a day. It rewove slowly, stitch by stitch. There were waits, arguments, doubts, and nights too long. There were also mornings when the other would wake and make coffee. The soft, shared grief at a movie. The small apologies that sounded like music. Angels were not spectators. They were steady. They guided them to the small repairs and the ways to say "I'm sorry" without diminishing themselves. That life was not perfect. It was real. It was courageous. It was the kind of story angels love. Messy, brave, whole. If you fear that your sixth sense might mislead you, the angels remind you that you are not required to trust without test. You can check the compass by paying attention. Talk to the person. Ask small, honest questions. See how they listen. Notice what they do, not just what they say. Actions reveal more than words. The angels are big fans of patience that is active. Patience that looks like learning, not resignation. Give time, but do not live in waiting as if it is the only possible life. Tend your own joy. Keep making art, friendships, and work that matter to you. When love is real, it will find a way to include your life and not drown it. And when you are wounded, when the map you held close burns, the angels will offer you a pillow and a soft hand. They will not pretend it will be quick. They will tell you ways to heal that are slow and sure. Call a friend. Let a song make you remember. Write a list of 5 things you like about yourself. Plant something and care for it. These acts are not distractions. They are medicine for a heart that needs to breathe again. The angels love to see you tend yourself. They are delighted by small, steady things that help you wake up. There is one truth angels are always gentle about. Being right about someone is not the same as forcing a story to happen. If your sixth sense points to someone and they are not ready, you may have to choose whether your path bends to wait or whether it keeps moving forward. Either choice can be loving. Angels will support you in choosing what keeps your heart whole. They will remind you that love is not owned by anyone. It is a shared space that 2 people must build together. If one side is not building, you have permission to protect your life. This is a kind of courage that looks like both holding and letting go. Here is a simple practice the angels taught to many. Take 5 minutes each morning and say aloud what you feel. Not long or poetic, honest and plain. I feel pulled toward X. I am afraid that Y will happen. I will do Z to care for myself today. Keep it short. Repeat it. Let your words become a scaffold that helps you stand. The angels love repetition because repetition teaches the muscles of the heart. When you practice naming, you also practice choosing. Love will also ask you to celebrate the small things. When someone shows up in a tiny, surprising way, say thank you like it matters. When you laugh together, remember the laugh. When the other is tired and you do something small, let it be a gift to both of you. Angels enjoy gratitude because gratitude teaches the heart to notice goodness even in ordinary moments. It is one of the building blocks of a long love. Sometimes your sixth sense will be right in the oddest of ways. Perhaps the person you thought would be with you forever will teach you how to be kinder to yourself and then leave. Perhaps the person you barely noticed will become your safe harbor. The angels are full of humility about how life moves. They instruct you to stay soft and open and to cultivate wonder. Wonder is the light that keeps you curious instead of broken when plans change. When wonder lives in you, even endings become seeds. Finally, the angels always remind you that you are not alone. Whether this love becomes a long road beside you or a short, fierce lesson, Angels are doing their quiet work, holding space, offering nudges, and wrapping you in small mercies. They are not replacing your choices. They are supporting your courage to make them. Trust your sixth sense. Trust that it is a compass, not a command. Bring your kindness, your truth, and your willingness to learn. Love will ask you to practice humility, patience, and fierce tenderness. If you choose to speak to the person, do it plainly. You do not need to make grand speeches. Say what you mean with simple words. The angels love honesty. They love sentences that are small and clear because those sentences are easier to act on. If you choose to wait, do so with a plan to grow. If you choose to let go, do it with care for yourself and respect for what was real. The angels will be by your side in whichever path you choose. Hold the memories. Keep the small moments safe. Write them down. The angels love when you save these tender things because memory is a balm when the present is sharp. Collect the days when you were brave and the nights when you were learning. These will remind you that you moved through things with dignity, and that dignity will carry you further than you imagine. And when the time comes, whenever that is, remember to breathe. The angels will breathe with you. They will not ask you for a perfect outcome. They will ask you for a brave heart, honest speech, and patient hands. They will ask you to love, but also to guard your own life. They will remind you that love is not just an event. It is a series of small, daily agreements to show up, to speak with truth, to repair when you are wrong, and to celebrate the odd, tiny moments that make a life together. This is a story not about destiny alone, but about the choices that follow a truth. Your sixth sense may be right. It might be the start of a deep, lasting love. It also might be the start of a journey that teaches you how to carry love better the next time. The angels stand near both kinds of paths. They hold a lantern when you are walking and a soft blanket when you are resting. They remind you that the most honest thing you can do is to name what you feel, and then do the work of love with both courage and care. So begin with a small step. Speak one honest sentence. Make one small plan for your growth. Light a candle and say the truth. Keep your life whole as you move toward another. Trust the quiet that told you they mattered. The angels will be there for every choice, every fall, every brave act of return. Your sixth sense is right more often than you think. Let it guide you gently, and then let your hands do the steady work of love. The angels, always patient, will walk beside you, not to make the path easy, but to make the journey less lonely. And that perhaps is the greatest gift of all.